Hey everyone, welcome to today's gratitude and affirmation practice. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, the catch-up video for today. Number one gratitude is I feel like, oh, that's cute. There's a little doggy and a kid in the yard. Number one gratitude, I feel like I got some time to sleep in this morning. So I feel well rested. I was very social over this last week. I was staying up late, hanging out with my friends, playing some new card games. If anyone knows what Big Three or Cabo are, and actually, funny enough, I've played Cabo before, but it's the kids version. Someone took Cabo and then made it into a kids game called Rat-a-Tat-Cat. If anyone knows what that is, it's a great game. Highly recommend it. It's really fun. So grateful I got some sleep today. Number two for the day. Work was really smooth today. It was smooth. We are getting a lot of questions answered, getting things in place. Interestingly enough, and this is something I think good to keep in mind, when you're building something out, it's probably going to take a little bit longer than you think. And the solidification of it being an actual process is a different timeline than when you implement something. So looking back at Q1 goals today, I realized that there was so much building going on. It's almost like Q1 was building, Q2 was finishing up like smaller builds, but implementation wise, not a lot of stuff got implemented, or not a lot of stuff was actually saturated and was a full process until Q3. So really interesting, but just something to keep in mind if you're working on your own long-term project. Number 3, had some leftover Chipotle today. So I ate that. It was very good lunch. Just hanging in there. My voice. Still recovering, but hanging in there until tomorrow when I get the meal prep. And I'm excited. I know if you guys have watched the last video, I ran through what that was, but it's falafel, a shrimp meal, and I wish I could remember what the beef meal was, and I don't think they have the menu up anymore. But pretty good. And I'm excited. We got some peach muffins. Also want to see what their baking is like. Number 4 for the day. Thai iced tea. So I'm going to be drinking this while we're talking because this was really good. I was going to go to, on the East Coast, there's a shop. It's called Nothing Bundt Cakes, as in a bundt cake. It's pretty fun. Their cakes are the only cakes that I love the icing of, and I will actually eat their icing. I almost got that today, but instead I got some Thai tea. And I like drinking this where like the bubbles are at the bottom, and it's one of the last things that I eat. You're either a bubble lover or a hater. I like chewy textures, and so this is pretty good, but a lot of people don't like it. So 5 for the day. I did my returns. Went really well. Also, it's like day 1 of the trip, right? And my hair clip breaks. I can't remember if it was right before my friend picked me up or right after. But it hung on almost until the last day. So the other thing I'm really excited about, I can show you actually. If I can get it out of here. Look at how pretty this clip is. And it also, if I can, you guys might not be able to see it. It's shimmery. There, you can kind of see it. It's super shimmery and pretty and blue and purple. The last couple I got were peach. So I'm very grateful I got another one of these because I don't mind having my hair down, but I don't like, like with bangs and stuff, I don't like having my hair directly in my face. So I usually clip half of it back. You guys have seen, especially if you've been with me for a while. But anyways, really excited for this hair clip. It's all nice and shimmery and mystique-ish. So what is that? I think that was 6 or 5. Sit with me while I contemplate life and drink my tea. Should do this more often. Oh my God, the cutest doggo. I gotta get a dog. I miss last 2 days. I was with my friend and we went on a walk, and it was just really nice. Like, I forgot what being around a dog, like how that makes me feel. It'll happen. So, need to get a doggo at some point, but let's just say we're on 6. I'm grateful the weather has been pretty nice. We're getting into fall and it's finally cooling off. So also apple picking is coming up. Pumpkin stuff is coming up. But one of the only pumpkin things that I like to get at the store is the pumpkin bread from Starbucks, ironically. However, they have that year round now, so. But other pumpkin things, my first absolute favorite dessert, you guys are learning a lot about me today, is the pumpkin roll. And it can't just be any pumpkin roll. It has to be the right icing, the right consistency. But that was my first dessert love, followed by lava cake. Seven. So I got my dinner. And I remembered to put the meat, and then I've been doing cauliflower rice, but I've been using I almost wanted to say iced, the frozen cauliflower rice that's already diced up. There's no way I'm taking an actual cauliflower and spending all that time to dice it. That is one of the things that I think buying it actually already pre-diced is such a win and a time saver. So what I've learned though is if you're actually cooking with it, I've just started leaving it out. I think I'm going to leave it in the fridge for a day, and then I'm going to take it out and let it sit out all day tomorrow. And that sounds so scandalous, right? But the thing about cauliflower rice is that it just has so much moisture in it. And I like frying up half of it to make it a little bit more seared. But you can't really do that when there's so much water content in there. So I found that really leaving it out and then draining it before I even cook with it has helped. But it really takes that much time in order for it to be something that you can consistently cook with. So I'm grateful that I left that out and I'm getting prepared to cook food tomorrow. But I'm also grateful I got some Cafe Rio, which is a American Spanish food fusion place. But I got a salad with some beef barbacoa or pork barbacoa, I think it is. So I'm grateful that I got that. After I eat that, hopefully the sun sticks around. Maybe it won't, but I'm ready for a run. I need to get back into running because I have the 5K coming up, and we'll see how we do. The last time I ran was right before I went on my trip, and I was able to still do a half mile. I didn't push myself to do a full mile, but maybe I'll do that. My knee is a little messed up right now, so maybe I'll just do the half mile and see how I feel in the next couple of days. But I'm excited to start running again. And then, what are we on? 8 for the day. These tapioca balls are a little bit smaller, so it's harder to not suck them up in the drink. Grateful I got most of my laundry done. Putting it in the morning, getting a head start on it. I've already unpacked everything, which is a really nice feeling. Because again, fell asleep last night, so unpacked everything this morning. Got my laundry ready to go. I still need to put all of the clothes out and get them to dry, but we're doing it, guys. We're going to have some fresh sheets for tonight. I'm excited about that. And 9 for the day. 9 for the day. I'm grateful that I'm trying to internally be kinder to myself. So my friend, right before I went on the trip, he mentioned, I didn't realize how hard I was on myself. Or let me put it this way. I have been thinking that I wasn't as hard on myself as I was when I was growing up. But I'm now starting to realize that the level that I was evaluating myself at, I'm still so much harder on myself than I think I was even realizing that I was, which is crazy to think about when I was younger, even how much harder on myself I was. And it's not anything externally, right? It's just my own inner dialogue with myself and how focused I am on achieving things or doing things right. Hopefully this will resonate with somebody. I'm not a perfectionist. But when I realized, maybe last year, there was such an emphasis negatively, a negative impact and a result towards me of doing things incorrectly, that I think that pushed me to become a perfectionist, or like someone who always wants to do it right, because there is such a detriment to doing things wrong. And it's probably related to my own inner dialogue. But today, like, I've really been trying just to tell myself kind things. And it's a struggle. Not to think of things, but like in the moment, just to sit there and be kind to myself. And so I'm like really realizing that this is something I'm going to need to work on. And I think in situations, if I had a very, very kind, thoughtful, and understanding inner voice, I think maybe situations wouldn't feel so as impactful as they are. And so going back to my friend, what he said about the first thing that started to get me thinking, he's like, you have so much on your plate. Why are you adding to it? And what he meant by that is, there's a situation that's happening in your current reality. And immediately we tell ourselves stories and pile on top of that. And already maybe that situation in our current reality already has all of our focus and our resources and just is exhausting us. And we just pile on and pile on and pile on. Let me see if I can think of an example for you guys, because I don't want to use my life example for this one. It's a little bit too raw. Okay, I got one for you guys. So let's say, for example, we mess up at work. And it first starts out with like the shame of like, oh my God, like I messed up, this, or like a frustrating situation, right? Like maybe we were a part of a situation that was messed up and we didn't really have control over it happening. Oh my gosh, I'm so frustrated. How could this happen? Or, I couldn't have avoided this. I'm so frustrated that I'm in this situation. And then we start, then this, shame, and then the stories start, right? And then we just think about like all the ways that we could have done it better, or we create these alternative scenarios to make ourselves feel better. But what it's really doing is it's making us feel worse because it didn't actually happen. And then it's just another way that your brain goes, see, this didn't happen. Like, you're useless, or how could you let this happen to yourself? Or because like even sometimes when we talk to ourselves, it can sound like we're trying to be loving, but it's really just a cover for us still continuously pouring that shame onto ourselves. Like, oh, you care about yourself. How could you let this happen? Or like, I know you have higher standards than that, but like, it's a harsh inner critic. And no one, I think, can beat ourselves up as good as we can. So even if you're in a situation where someone is saying something negative to you, if you truly didn't feel that way about yourself, it wouldn't really impact you. It might be annoying, but you wouldn't have an emotional reaction to it. So that's also another trigger or something to be aware of for anybody, that anything that triggers you that someone else has said, it means that you already have that assumption or believe it about yourself. And it's just, so it's like a double reminder. You actually believe it, even if you're not consciously telling yourself this, and you're also getting that life reminder right in front of you. So it's almost like it's being reaffirmed. So, going back to my gratitude, I'm grateful that I made a conscious choice today to speak kinder things to myself. And also, if you can't do anything else, stop the stories. Like, stop your thoughts. And I started, there at different times today, I started doing that, where if you can't think a better thought, or if you can't get yourself out of your emotional state, at least stop thinking. The emotions are still going to be there. That's okay. But we want to make sure we're not piling on. So that's my number 9. And 10 for the day. I'm grateful for moments of calm and pause where I can reconnect with myself. Sitting in the car and doing this video, I love sometimes sitting in my car. There's not a whole lot environmentally that is happening in your car. So it's good just to sit here and decompress and just be one with whatever's going on. But those are my gratitudes. Now for the affirmations. Number 1, as always, I'm divinely guided and supported. I can ask for help whenever I need it. Number 2, I love myself deeply, fully, and completely. Number 3, miracles are a common occurrence that can be seen throughout my day. Number 4, I speak kindly to myself. Number 5, I lean deep into nourishment and healing of self. Number 6, I'm healed and healthy. Anything I'm currently experiencing has a solution that I'm working towards. Number 7, what a beautiful day to be alive. Let's claim the day, our accomplishment, and what we want our day to experience to be, and revel in the fact that we are alive to actually experience this. Number 8, I could choose again and choose better for myself. Number 9, miracles are common occurrence, can be seen through my day, which I think I already said, but there is magic in my day, and anything I want and or desire is already within me and will come forth. And 10 for the day. There's always a tomorrow, but in any moment, like right now, I can choose again and take a different path. That is all for today, guys. I love you all so much. What are you grateful for? What are you affirming? How's your day going? I'll get to these comments soon. It will be today. And you guys are going to get more videos from me tomorrow. But love you guys. Hope you're doing well. Bye.